Hello everyone, myself Dr. Ravi Agradi. You guys are listening me on this sustainable education platform, Purvanchal IS. Purvanchal IS as giving you with this free online current affairs classes for science and technology, both Hindi and English medium. Even it's also provided a face-to-face economical classes as a economical institute, those set up in Gorakhpur, UP. So if you are interested, so you can talk on the given numbers. So let us start, guys. This is a January month current affairs of science and technology, which is a target for the prelims cum mains examination for 2020. This entire video will be very helpful to you. I always spoken you guys if you people have a static knowledge of science and technology. So this Hindi video is already uploaded. There's an English part. Okay, so stay tuned with us on this Purvanchal IS platform. And with time, guys, Purvanchal IS is also going to launch for this entire UPSC and many state PCS examination courses at very nominal prices. Okay, at very nominal prices. Okay, and what will schedule and all that information you will get from the 1st June onwards. Okay, so as I promise you, this institutional is a economical institutes. So I will provide you the many facilities here, guys. You don't worry. So stay tuned with us. This is a statement for you right now. So January month current affairs, in the brief introduction, maybe somebody started to listen me from this video. So myself Dr. Ravi Agradi. I finished my work in PhD and some scientist work in IIT Delhi and published a book and most popular book, those published even on McGraw-Hill publications, Science and Tech and Environment. Okay, this is a highly selling book in UPSC segments. Better you people should read out the book. Okay, and an economical institute, those I set up in Gorakhpur as a Purvanchal IS as a director there, guys. So this is the entire detail of our address where this institution is open now. So if you are in the nearby areas, so I will advise you don't go to any other places even in this period of time when the condition is not favorable to you. So when the lockdown and all things will open, so better you stay there. If you are in nearby areas and if you are interested for face-to-face classes, so you come and join us. Again I repeat, it's a very economical institute. Delhi is very costly, guys. Fooding, lodging, expenditure, fees, cost. Okay, it's 1/3 fees of Delhi. Okay, that is available and me type of faculties are there to take your classes for face-to-face. The Delhi based entire team is there. Okay, fine. So now come, guys, how to follow this entire current affairs and all. I always spoken you in every videos that these are the book that I will recommend to everyone. Okay, RUT is a very popular, even many platform even mention this importance, this book, Munol, Insight, they even recommend this book. Even whenever they give a solution of UPSC examination question paper, they mention from this book, this page number, this question came. So I'm not telling you, it's my students, even those have shown me, sir, this is a platform, those also recommend this book to you. So if it is good, if it is going to be happen, so it's good that my work is going to praised by the people, guys. So in that way, guys, my energy is increasing time to time and definitely I will try to do something more good for everyone. Okay, so it's addition, the third edition is right now available for your examinations. So if you are going for 2020 examination, so this is the book, those are available in market. Okay, so you can take this book from Amazon and Flipkarts, many platforms. And 4th edition book, that cover I received from McGraw-Hill publications, so that will be available for 2021. Okay, so if you are interested for 2021, so you should read out this book. The same book is in Hindi and English available. Okay, fine. These are the entire chapter. In beginning I always told you these chapters for the static and current updates you should follow. What are these chapters? See, the first one is the science and technology in India. The second one energy. The third one is space technology. The fourth one information communication technology. The fifth one is defense technology. Sixth chapter is intellectual property right and related rights. Seventh is a particle physics. Eighth is artificial intelligence, robotics, nanotechnology. Ninth is a biotechnology. 10th is a health and disease with various immunization program. And 11th chapter is a miscellaneous chapter. So these total 11 chapters you should follow here, guys. Okay, especially for what? Static and its current issues. Okay, I don't know why people are misguided that science and technology are current affairs based. No, guys, Again I will repeat, 2016 was maximum question, 80% question was current affairs based, but 2017 to 19, 80 to 90% question was static. So you should make a equal weightage to both static and current affairs. You never know which portion will dominate in the next year in your examination. It's matter of your attempt and your chance, guys. Okay, so better you give equal weightage to the static and current affairs both. But again I repeat, 2016 was based on current affairs, 70-80% question was current affairs based, but 17, 18, 19, 80% plus question was static based. So give a equal weightage to both, guys. This is the entire video that I will explain with you, especially for current updates. Somewhere when it is required, so I will come into the static part, but the entire static portion is not possible to discuss here, guys. Okay, so you start first with from the first unit, Indian Science Congress. See, actually 107th Indian Science Congress was organized in University of Agriculture Science, Bangalore, Karnataka. Okay, see, concept of Indian Science Congress Association. Okay, that association was started in year 1914 in Kolkata during Britishers period. So Indian Science Congress Association formed in 1914 in Kolkata. Actually has a membership of more than 30,000 scientists. So 30,000 scientists are the member of this Indian Science Congress Association, and that was it was originated during by two British scientists in that time. The name was Professor J.L. Simonson and Professor P.S. McMahon. So these two people contribution was actually behind this in the Indian Science Congress Association. And this Indian Science Congress Association organize every year Indian Science Congress. So last Indian Science Congress was in 107th Indian Science Congress, those held in January 2020. Okay everybody, so this is January 2020 based current affairs of that month. So I hope you understood that organized in January 2020. Okay, and what was the theme of this Congress? So that is written there, science and technology even for rural development. So in rural development, what about the contribution of science and technology? So that was the theme of this Indian Science Congress. Now question is, what about the purpose behind Indian Science Congress? Actually the objectives or the purpose of Indian Science Congress is to advance and promote many causes of science and technology research in India. Of course, a kind of promotion of science and technology research in India. Even the new generations, youth, for it work as an inspiration. Even many inspire program, many programs government brought but through DST, Department of Science and Technology. They try to motivate the new generation that they should involve, they should work especially for R&D purposes also to promote the cause of science in India, the one part. The second one, guys, to publish lot of proceeding and journals. Actually, what about the work is going on? Many scientists performing their own work in India. Okay, that should publish in the proper journals and many proceeding, guys. Through that at international level, India will inform to the world nations that India has also doing a lot of R&D, okay, in science and technology work and all. Okay, so and India will also inform to the world nation that India is still doing a lot of work especially for science and technology innovations. That's the second one. Third one, guys, it also provide secure and manage fundings. Okay, manage funding, and through the help of this funding it will try to promote science and technology research work in India. So in that way, guys, entirely this Indian Science Congress is very, very important. It help us in the science and technology growth, yeah, overall R&D in India. Okay, now you come into the second chapter, base current affairs. The first chapter, base current affairs, only one, Indian Science Congress every year organized in January, you remember. So energy, here the one information, Northeast Gas Pipeline Grid Project. See guys, it is a old concepts. Okay, that is the Pradhan Mantri Urja Ganga scheme, yeah, Pradhan Mantri Urja Ganga Yojana, yeah, project. Actually it is the extension of Pradhan Mantri Urja Ganga project. Under this project, okay, the government brought this that project started from Varanasi. I don't know exact year was, I doubt it was in 2017. Okay, little bit doubt, you also check it once. I think it was in 2017. I mentioned this Urja Ganga project in my science and technology book in the static part. Actually it started from the Varanasi, that is a constituency of our honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and started that PNG supply and CNG type of supply through pipeline distribution. Okay, it is started from Varanasi, okay, and then moved towards the state like Bihar, Jharkhand, West Bengal, and Odisha. Okay, in that way it will cover the entire eastern areas. It will go from north to eastern areas, okay, northeast region onwards, okay, in that places. And that is the reason, guys, that here to provide the facility of PNG and CNG gas. So it's the pipeline distribution of PNG and CNG, and that people can access in that particular area. So no need of cylinders and all. Okay, everybody. So actually this PNG based total projects with the name of Urja Ganga that launched earlier in 2017. This is the kind of extension of this Urja Ganga. So that was a news about Northeast Gas Pipeline Grid project, where the government has allocated this 5,559 crore funding for gas grid project towards the northeast. So maximum region of northeast will cover here. That was earlier only up to limited region up to Odisha and all. I hope you people understood. Now this project will connect from Guwahati to the major northeast cities and major load center. Around 1,656 kilometer long region will also cover here. So finally the pipeline will enable to supply here. What is here? The pipeline will enable to supply here piped cooking gas to household and CNG for automobiles. So for both two purposes this pipeline carry these gases. So here the gases will become cheap. Okay, and see one thing, guys, it will connect with the national gas grid connections. Okay, it will connect from national gas grid connection through Barauni Guwahati gas pipeline. So Barauni to Guwahati, that gas pipeline is there, that is called national gas grid. It extend there and go towards the eastern region. And who is responsible to complete this entire project? This is GAIL, Gas Authority of India Limited. So Gas Authority of India Limited will complete this entire project in India. So I hope you will remember, and I will tell you guys, this Pradhan Mantri Urja Ganga is the important project for your examination. But you remember, for pipeline supply for PNG and CNG, PNG for cooking purposes, CNG for automobile purposes. When I discussed in the classroom program about natural gases. And three natural gases I taught in the class, guys. The one CNG, second PNG, and third LNG. And I told you PNG supply, even I also told you in the class, I'm also using in my Noida flat where I stay here, guys. Okay, and PNG is very cheap, guys. Those you people are using in comparison to LPG. Lot of frauderies, even other problems, still not here, even very cheap even, guys. 50% price of the in the comparison of LPG you people will pay if you guys will use the PNG connection for cooking purposes. Those I am using at my place. So now you come FAME 2 scheme. See guys, FAME 2 even repeated many times. FAME 2 scheme, you remember from the previous discussion I told you the scheme. What about the here the new information I will tell you. FAME scheme I will not go and discuss. Electronic vehicles, you remember or not? Here government has promoted electronic vehicles. Okay, fine. FAME 2 scheme even push up the clean mobility on the road transport sectors. Everybody know, because this is the battery operated, okay, battery operated electrical vehicles, and this is the reason, guys, here the pollution level will be low. Okay, how to low, what to low, I discussed in the previous July onward, those current affairs I made for you guys. Okay, the same repetition I will not do that again. I am telling you, even in previous video I also told you that some of the newses again repeat many months. So it is not possible the same message same current affairs those I discussed in the previous video again I repeat here. So I will not go and explain the FAME 2 again here. Okay, in the brief you remember. Okay, see the Department of Heavy Industries even sanctioned 2636 charging stations in 62 cities across 24 states and union territories under FAME India mission, especially scheme phase 2. Actually, guys, you know, electrical vehicles have a need of charging points. That is okay. In the beginning there is a difficulty that at a small distance the charging point is not there, and one of the drawback with the electronic vehicle I discussed in the previous month current affairs videos, that they cannot go for the 500 kilometer more than that. Even when you people are using your vehicles, so here 300, 400, 500 kilometer easily you can go without refueling of petrol and diesel, but here it is required in between, guys. So this is the reason a lot of charging station is required. So here the Department of Heavy Industries sanctioned from the government of India side, don't worry, we people will promote the electronic vehicles, electrical vehicles, okay, but for that charging points, okay, for that purpose it is required. So 2636 charging point I will increase. In how much states? 24 states and union territories everywhere. that maximum possibilities are there. So that is the entire about FAME scheme, and that is under FAME phase 2. Okay, see guys, what about the boost up aim purpose? Everybody know to boost up the electric mobility. Okay, electric vehicle will be used even in commercial purposes. What about the outlay? 10,000 crore rupees expenditure in the next 3 years till 2022 to complete this FAME 2 scheme and all. Okay, nothing I will discuss more here under the FAME scheme, that I already spoken you earlier guys. And but here I will tell you again guys, FAME scheme is important. FAME scheme is important. You remember it. Don't miss the FAME scheme. And this entire PDF I uploaded on this on my Telegram group. Okay, Purvanchal IAS Telegram group. So you people directly download this. Okay, and you read it once. Okay, FAME repeated many times. So that is the reason FAME should come in your paper, because repetition twice in this year. Ujala scheme. See, Ujala scheme is connected with the LED scheme. Okay, LED scheme. See, one thing that UPSC also asked the question in 2016, I think 15 mains paper. Okay, what about government provision, a program that government brought to speed up the LED in India? Okay, so two facility you should remember here that government brought especially to boost up LED in India. The one I mentioned in my book also, that was DELP. Okay, domestic efficient lighting program, and the second one is a Ujala scheme. And the second one is Ujala, Unnat Jyoti by affordable LEDs for all. So these are the two programs. Ujala is a new phase of DELP. Ujala it brought in 2015, and 2016 April I think it got a new phase, a new name with the name of Ujala. So DELP is a domestic efficient lighting program, and Ujala Unnat Jyoti by affordable LEDs for all. That name is still mentioned here guys. Okay, that name even mentioned there, Unnat Jyoti by affordable LEDs for all. This is a full form of Ujala. The purpose to boost up the LED everywhere guys. Where LED you can use? Two places guys. The one, street lighting national program. Actually 5 years of this Ujala scheme completed. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, sorry, 15 brought it to 20th, it completed the 5 years. Okay, and this is the reason this was the 5th anniversary, okay, exactly, of the center's zero subsidy right now under the Unnat Jyoti by affordable LEDs for all, and the another one, street lighting national program. Street lighting have lighting even totally going to cover under the LED. Earlier that was a sodium lamp, but sodium light use a lot of power, but LED save a massive electricity. So actually this program in even working in India, especially for energy conservation, we are going to save a lot of energy, because through the help of LED power consumption is very less, but massive light is there in your surroundings. In that way it is useful. Okay, so that was a Ujala scheme, and the news was because 5th anniversary was in this month in from 2015 to 2020. Okay, now you come here guys, performance and all, what is there I will not discuss. Okay, that you people know very well. Okay, energy efficiency and all, that is increases. The next is state energy efficiency index. Actually state energy efficiency index, who made this one? Is the initiative. Okay, this whole entire process is the initiatives of energy efficiency initiative is called as, and this one every year. Okay, see, that is information. This index is developed by Bureau of Energy Efficiency in association with the Alliance for the Energy Efficient Economy. You remember Bureau of Energy Efficiency in alliance with the Alliance for the Energy Efficient Economy. With that both two, they publish this index every year. Okay, and on the behalf of that, what about the energy efficiency in India? Okay, which state is doing a better job for that? Actually the purpose of this purpose of the state energy efficiency index, those published in 2019, through the help of these guys, that will be very clear what about the way as this program is going to implement in the many states, like normal state and union territories. So program implementation will be checked very easily guys, and the state level and the track level, when this index will provide the values of the many states. So ultimately through the help of this value you will get it, that which state is going to cover at which region, and what about the way of to spreading this electricity and all. Okay, second one guys, to tracking of progress. I hope I told you, you understood. Third one, monitoring of energy efficiency activity by the states. That how this energy efficiency is going to monitor by that state. So in that way, when this index published by the Association of Bureau of Energy Efficiency, and Alliance for the Energy Efficient Economy. So which state was on top? Karnataka was on top, and later on in this order, Himachal Pradesh, Haryana, and Puducherry. So they have a best performance. Remember, worst performance state or least performance state is not required, but the list is still given there. Okay, those I underline, those I bold there. That is very, very important. Actually, Manipur, Jharkhand, Rajasthan, Jammu and Kashmir were the least performer state in this aspect according to this index. Okay, their program implementation is not good. They are not going to provide a proper electricity access to their own local peoples and all in that way. Okay, so this is the information, and now will come there guys. Actually, government is also working a lot in Paris Convention, but Paris Convention is connected with the environment concern. Paris Convention, that was COP21. Paris Convention, year 2015. In Paris Convention, India declared, what India declared, that of the level of 2005, 33 to 35% carbon emission have reduced by 2030. So what about the base year that India has declared, 2005 base year? Okay, what about the values of emission in 2005 base year? That percent, okay, that percent of 2005, at least 33 to 35% of 2005 base level, okay, we will reduced by 2030. So X value emission of 2005 level, it will be 32 to 35% by the end of, minus 32 to 35% by the end of 2030. Okay, and here guys, that was a provision under UNFCCC. Actually, COP21 is connecting with the environment topic under UNFCCC, United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. COP21 meeting that held in the Paris Convention, especially purpose was to reduce the greenhouse gas emission from the worldwide. Okay, so India followed this track, and India said that this much of reduction I will do from this 2005 level till by 2030. Okay, fine. So definitely guys, the India will check the efficiency and all, and India will work also towards the alternatives. Alternative energy means where India can save the environment also, and even increase the energy efficiency also. Everything even merged together, and finally this target those India try to make it successful, it will achieve. Neither definitely guys, it will be very difficult to achieve by 2030. Now we come the next technology, that is called Polytrack technology. Polytrack technology. See, Polytrack technology is the country's first government owned waste to energy plant. For waste to energy plant, one more topic is very, very important, and even came 2 times in your paper, that is called biomass gasification. That is called as biomass gasification, where we people use pyrolysis process. Okay, here we people are using pyrolysis process. Pyrolysis is the process where we burn a waste material at very high temperature within a closed chamber. Biomass gasification was the question paper in 2012 prelims, and pyrification was the same question in 2019 prelims. But the problem is guys, your paper never see the question paper, neither the same question those repeated in your paper from 2012 to 2019 you can get it. So pyrolysis is the processes that we adopt under biomass gasification process, where biomass will burn inside the closed chamber at very high temperature. And at very high temperature, when the biomass is going to burn within the closed chamber, this procedure is called pyrolysis process. Everybody clear? Pyrolysis process. So actually Polytrack technology is still similar like that. And the first government owned waste to energy points. Biomass gasification is still used for waste to energy generation. Lot of biomass is left in India which has not any uses, like bagasse, like other biomasses like sugarcane, bagasse, then coir and other materials. Okay, we people are using in that way. Fine. So here we will come into the similarly, the lot of waste material is still generated in India that we people utilize for the power generation. Okay, fine. Actually, this Polytrack technology, it is the country's first government-owned waste to energy plants. Okay, waste to energy plant that even commissioned in this place Mancheshwar Carriage Repair Workshop in Odisha. So that is the news in this month. Mancheshwar Carriage Repair Workshop in Odisha. Okay, everybody, and this technology, those are become popular as a Polycrack technology. This is the first time that Indian Railways is going to adopt this technology for utilization of the waste for energy generations, and overall fourth time in our country. What about the everything here, guys? Through the help of this Polycrack technology, it will convert a multiple type of feedstock. What type of feedstock will come there? I will give you a list there, guys, especially for the generation of hydrocarbon material. That hydrocarbon material may be in liquid form, maybe in gas form, yeah, even carbon and water content. In that way, that multiple feedstock will convert into this type of things. Next point, guys, what is the Polycrack? Okay, don't confuse Polycrack. So Polycrack is the word very first patented heterogeneous catalytic process. It means those material as a waste material we are using for the energy generation. Here we are using various catalysts. Okay, everybody, and this is the waste generated will become as a feeder material. So feeder material means those material we are going to put inside. It is called feeding materials, a feeder material. Actually, guys, what type of waste we are using here? You just come. There's all kind of existing plastics. Okay, all kind of plastics as a waste. Petroleum sludges, the wastage of the petroleum products. Okay. Next, unsegregated the municipal solid waste with the moisture of up to 50% is still there. E-waste, electronic waste, automobile fluffs, even organic waste including bamboos, garden waste, and jatropha fruit and the palm bunch. Okay, these all type of wastage material. Electronic waste, you know, guys, how much it is dangerous. Oh, even automobile fluffs is not easy to recycle and all. But here in this process, guys, we will do all the recycling very easily, and then the waste will utilize for energy generation. Okay. Actually, guys, some of the advantages of this plant as follows, which is mentioned here. What about these plants? The pre-segregation of waste is not required. Actually, you know, guys, that this is the recycled material. This is not recycled material. This is the electronic waste. This is a something other chemical. But here it is not required. Any kind of waste material you can put here one point as a feeder material we can use there. The second one, high tolerance to the moisture. Hence, drying the waste after the treatment is not required. If your waste material is still it is wet, but you can use it here, guys. Have a no issue, no problem here. Okay. Next point. All the constituents are converted to valuable energy, therefore making it zero discharge process. So here overall the wastage and all those even generate there, guys. It is not having a wastage. It can be used for some other purposes also. Even biochar and some substances that I taught you in the classes, guys. Biochar and some other materials. Okay. So this is the reason it is totally sustainable. Here not even any wastage generate that even have any problem to the environment and the health. So it is a sustainable. Plant does not cause any atmospheric emission, I told you. So that is the reason it is what? It is a sustainable. So it's a complete Polycrack technology if come in your paper. So I'm very sure you people will not do anything wrong here, and all the points you can tick very easily there, guys. Okay, without any doubt. Okay, fine. So we come into the space technology unit number 3. So first 2 units already over. In third unit, the topic of discussion is the Bhuvan Panchayat 2.0. You know, guys, Bhuvan is one of the Wikimapia of India. Bhuvan is one of the Wikimapia of India. Bhuvan is one of the Wikimapia of India. So just like Wikipedia have a is available, just like a knowledge collection. Similarly, it's a mapping collection. Okay, I hope you people heard it about the Google Earth. Google Earth was a not Indian based. Okay, I think it's a US based military purposes. So it capture the entire Earth images picture and then it update after a particular period of time. So similarly, guys, that is our own personal that government made it. Even if you want, so you can you should download this Bhuvan portal, Bhuvan app. The government provided. The entire regulation and control of Bhuvan portal is by National Remote Sensing Agency. Yeah, you can say the National Remote Sensing Center, though set up in Hyderabad, Telangana. This Bhuvan, which is a Wikimapia of India that brought in 2010 actually. Okay, and even it also work at the very small slow internet connections. If you want to see the location of India, this even district boundaries, state boundaries, so you can check it very easily through Bhuvan. Even Bhuvan app also help you. Okay, this Bhuvan, those are operating here with the help of 3 remote sensing satellite. They also give you information about the weather forecasting, and Bhuvan properly give you 3D images of the earth surfaces and all. And how it is working with the help of coordination of 3 satellites. Okay, I think one is a resource sat and 2 more is a Cartosat 1 and Carso is a Cartosat 2 satellites. So through 3 constellation of satellite, the Bhuvan is totally working. That Bhuvan is still even brought the Panchayat 3.0. So this Panchayat 3.0 is connecting with the space technology. Actually Bhuvan portal, okay, that set up earlier guys, Bhuvan Panchayat is the part of that Bhuvan facility, and that call as a Bhuvan Panchayat version 3.0. It's a ISRO space-based information support for decentralized planning update project. Decentralized planning means at root level, what is going on, what type of development is going on in India. Okay, and through this app, the planning and monitoring of the government project will check very easily. Okay, of course through satellite and images and all, and that will also connect with the many people. Which type of people will connect here? Actually here the people, those will connect there. The targeted audience for this portal will be public, because public wanted to know guys what type of development happen in my rural areas. Panchayati Raj institutions and different stakeholders belonging to the Gram Panchayat for its development. So in that association guys, okay, already the complete projects, those brought by the government, and here the Gram Panchayat, what is doing there, okay, that project, it will be fulfill their particular demand of the people or not, that is going to be make a target in the particular target year or not. So everything even have a discussion here. Okay everybody, so it's totally Bhuvan satellite imaginary. And what is the Bhuvan satellite imaginary? In beginning I told you guys, actually Gaganyaan mission have a one new updates, and that new updates only I will tell you. Gaganyaan I spoken you in July, August, September, 3 months continuously. Here what about the new updates? That earlier I told you guys there was a target that 2 to 3 astronauts will go in the space, and they will spend around 5 to 7 days, okay, in the space, and they will go at the height of 400 to 500 kilometer. And now the new updates, what from ISRO is around 4 astronauts have been selected to go through Gaganyaan project. Rest of all information I will not discuss. I spoken you 3 month current affairs, July, August and September, you know very well. Okay, I just wanted to know guys, you tell me when the Gaganyaan project launched from India, you mention in the comment box. Okay, and I hope you people know very well if India will be successful with the Gaganyaan mission. Okay, sorry, it's my mistake guys. When Chandrayaan 2 even launched, you just updated me. Okay, because Chandrayaan 2 launched with the help of GSLV Mk3, and Gaganyaan mission will also be successful with the help of GSLV Mk3 variant. So you just mentioned Gaganyaan mission when it launched. Okay, that information I told you about the Gaganyaan guys. Gaganyaan I discussed many times. Chandrayaan 2 launch in July, August, September. Sorry, it's a mistake. That statement I said Gaganyaan, it's not Gaganyaan, it's a Chandrayaan. Okay, Gaganyaan I spoken you many times. I think in July month Gaganyaan also discussed. Okay, fine. So don't be confused. By mistake it happened. I was thinking about the Chandrayaan 2, but spoken that July, August, September the Gagan was in news. No, it was a Chandrayaan 2 was in news. Gaganyaan will be in 2022. You know very well. Okay, 72nd Independence Day. Okay, the Narendra Modi even said that Gaganyaan project will be successful by 2022. And how it will be successful, I told you with the help of GSLV Mk3. So my question is, when Chandrayaan 2 launch? Okay, sorry, Hannah, you just do these corrections. Fine. Next will come into the Project Netra. Again, Project Netra repeated guys. Project Netra, even it is a work of ISRO with Indian Institute of Astrophysics. Actually, Netra is a kind of optical telescope facility. Okay, it is to establish optical telescope facility under the Project Netra. What is the Netra full form? The Netra means Network for Space Object Tracking and Analysis. So within a name already all informations are written there. This is that type of system that will identify all objects those are in the space properly, and India will have a knowledge about the space. What about the many probes those are in the space in many different places, and accordingly we will see the situation in the space for our awareness. Okay, so that we will have some knowledge about the space, that what is going on in the space, and here Netra, this telescope, will help us. So this is the project that will give India as a own capability in the space situational awareness. Okay, so now as a space power countries, Okay, it's really a great job that India achieved it. Okay, next one guys, about Indian data relay satellite system. Very simple guys, this is also one of the satellite that India has even plan to even launch it guys, and through the help of these satellites, okay, that what about the activities those are going to be happen in the space, through the help of this satellite you can watch very well. Even I will give you a reason why this type of satellite to put into the orbit is very very important for India. Even it will help to the astronauts that will go through Gaganyaan mission. So Gaganyaan mission, what about the going on in the space and every observation, through this IDSS they will get the help. Okay, in the space guys, they will take a help through IDSS, that everything in their surrounding what is going on, and finally they will save their own life. Finally they will understand the condition in the space and all, and this is connecting with the many of the satellites those even India launched into many orbits. So this is the purpose about Indian data relay satellite system. So it even sent especially for the to help Gaganyaan mission, to help for Gaganyaan mission. This is the conclusion of IDRSS. So what is the IDRSS? Indian Data Relay Satellite System. This year is putting up a new satellite series, Indian Data Relay Satellite System. Purpose is what? Space to space tracking and communication to its space assets. This is the information, space to space tracking, what is going on in the space, every tracking, and communication of its all space assets. So those space assets you will set in that space asset, I'm telling you Gaganyaan, they will get the interactions about what is going on in the space. For that purpose this IDRSS will work. So ultimately it will work to India, especially for Gaganyaan mission. Okay, it will be a set of satellites. Of course, there will be some satellites that will work under IDRSS, that will track, send, receive information from other Indian satellite, coordination of satellite to satellite. IDRSS satellite of around 2000 kilogram class would be launched on GSLV launcher to geostationary orbit around 36,000 kilometer away. It is the, let us see whenever it will happen or not. And the first beneficiary of this IDRSS will be, first beneficiary will be what? The crew members of the Gaganyaan, that will go by 2022. So I hope you people clear everything. Next mission about the Artemis mission. Artemis mission is the planning of NASA scientist. Here 11 astronauts have a planning to send actually on the surface of moon actually. Okay, and first time this project is actually where one of the lady will also go in the on the moon surface. Okay, so but one of the Indian even also selected for this Artemis mission, which is the NASA mission. The name of that person, Indian American, is Raja Chari. So Raja Chari is an Indian American, and this in this total entire 11 astronauts team member. Okay, Indian American. And see, this is what in this Artemis mission NASA wants to send the first women in the space. Okay, sorry, on the moon, and the next man, means man also sent earlier, the next time again NASA have a plan to send man also. Okay, in this, by which year the target year is, Artemis mission target is 2022. Purpose, lunar exploration program. Rest you can understand. Actually guys, through Artemis mission, what about the target that you want to achieve? There is an impact of solar radiation that also create the problem on the moon surface and all. Through Artemis mission we can check guys, what about the acceleration, what about the reconnection, turbulence and electrodynamics and moon interaction with sun. I told you guys, the sun created a lot of radiation effect on the moon. Even guys, when Chandrayaan 1, okay, those Chandrayaan 1 India launched in 2008, that lifespan was at least 2 years minimum it will work, but hardly it worked 312 days. So many people said that some due to effect of solar radiations, that star sensor that installed into the Chandrayaan 1 project through signals was coming towards the earth's surface, it melted there. So ultimately we want to check about the impact of sun, okay, through Artemis mission. So Artemis mission stand for acceleration, reconnection, turbulence, electrodynamics of moon interaction with sun. So impact of sun will be identified very well. Okay, so definitely for the further mission, and see definitely guys, whenever you will do the study what about the impact of solar effects from the moon surface, so finally you can try to land human also na. If you will get it, no, that is not dangerous, unlike it, yeah, only certain region and the moon surface have this type of impact. So you can make safe and secure human life in the coming future if you will try to make send a human the space. So definitely this will help also. Okay, and measure what happens when the sun's radiation hits our rocky moon where there's no magnetic field to protect it. Okay, so I hope you understood guys. Okay, you understood. Actually one of the question came in UPSC 2014 that there are a lot of ions and charges are traveling in the space. Again I repeat, it was a question in 2014 prelims paper. If you see, read my book, Astronomy and Particle Physics Unit, this is given there. In 2014, UPSC asked the question, there is a lot of ions and charges are moving in the space with very high speed. Okay, even sometimes they fall down towards our surface and become dangerous for the human life, because these are the ion and charges, very dangerous. But still, our earth is safe and life is safe. Why? Because the polar region have a lot of magnetic fields, and this all the ion and charges diverted toward the polar region, and this is the reason 60° north to 60° south. This is the globe, guys. Okay, you see, this is the globe, this is the globe. Where is a human habitat areas? Human habitat areas hardly 60-70 north to 60-70 south. Polar region human not there, guys. Only for certain experiment and all, it's okay, fine. So whenever the ion and charges will come towards the atmosphere, they will divert towards the polar region. In these region have a maximum effect of maximum magnetic field and magnetic effects. That is the concept I'm telling you. I hope you people very clear. Okay, so similarly here there is a problem that solar radiations, okay, that solar radiation hits to the moon rocky surfaces. Okay, so what will happen there? So this type of analysis this Artemis mission will do. Okay, and where there is no magnetic field to protect it, I hope you understood that in that particular area they wanted to check have a magnetic field to protect it or not. That like India, Earth have a magnetic fields maximum toward the polar region. So all ion and charges they move towards the polar region. But this type of situation is there or not? This is the concept. This is just factual data about the moon missions. Once you go it is not relevant. But overall, what happened from the past when the first mission, Neil Armstrong went on surface of the moon and all. So that is the factual data. This is not required for UPSC. Okay, but in the support of content, that data will help you. Okay, so you just read once. Okay, but not for UPSC. GSAT-30 was the news in this month that India launched first mission of Indian Space Research Organization in 2020. So of course that is a January month, the first mission of ISRO, where we people launched the telecommunication satellite GSAT-30. And this telecommunication satellite launched with the European launch vehicle. It not launched by our own GSLV, PSLV. So Ariane 5 rocket VA251 used to send it. And from which place we launched it? Is our India base is a Satish Dhawan Space Center. That is launched from the International Space Station that highly used French Guiana toward the southern coast, eastern coast. Okay, and that is near to equator. I hope you know very well French Guiana. Okay, even that is a conceptual question, why French Guiana is a ideal launching station at international level. So that is towards the eastern coast and near to, see, this is the French Guiana, you know French Guiana. French Guiana is here, guys. This is the French Guiana, you see, this is the French Guiana. Location is near to equator, location is toward the eastern coast. So, and what about the satellite? Satellite always launch in the respect of rotation of Earth, west to east. Okay, in that case what happened? The earth rotation helped to a satellite. Earth rotation helped to a satellite in its upliftment. And see guys, if any casualty happens, so what is there? This is what? This is the ocean region. This is the ocean region. So there is no casualty with the human life. And earth rotation helped to a satellite in its upliftment. This is a conceptual question. It is very, very important, guys. Why international launching station is on a French Guiana? And similarly, guys, it is our Satish Dhawan Space Center is also what? Towards the eastern coast and all. That is some scientific reason here. Okay, so INSAT 4A will replace the GSAT-30 will replace the INSAT 4A satellite. I remember the INSAT 4A was, you know guys, INSAT 4A was also UPSC question in 2006 around. You go and check in UPSC prelims 2006. Actually, I'm taking your classes from 2002 onwards. That time in 2006 it was a current affair issues, and that current affairs question came in your paper in 2006, and that time lifespan over. And today, see guys, this is the 2020. Okay, see, that's 2002. I've started to take your classes, 18-19 years journey with you guys, and that is experience. It was in front of me, and that was a UPSC question. Now this 2000, I remember guys, in this 2005 December, those INSAT 4A launch. Okay, I think it was in December. Okay. And 16 was the current affairs, where this 2015 based satellite was in the current affair news. Actually, with the help of this in India, we started to use of DTH connection. So DTH connection India, who started to provide you? Tata Sky. You know Jhingalala. The Tata Sky, that slogan is a Jhingalala. So that Jhingalala television, Tata Sky started a DTH connection to provide users in India. With the help of INSAT 4A it become possible. Now the life span is over and it is going to replace with the help of GSAT-30. So that is a news. And see guys, how satellites are working. Actually within a satellite they use some transponders. but transponder is the static part, not possible here. So that is written that the some Ku band transponder, C band transponder, those we install into the satellites. That is in GSAT 30. That frequencies started from 1 to 40 gigahertz, and they even using guys for many purposes of telecommunication. Actually guys, transponders are a kind of electronic devices, those we install into satellites. Under the satellite have some purpose like telecommunication, weather forecasting, meteorology, military purposes, satellite news gathering, okay, FM radio, television broadcasting. In that way there is a many applications. I hope you got it. Okay, and the lifespan of this GSAT 30 is how much? That is a 15 years. It will do their own operation and all. Air and space is not required, you left it. Now you come Spitzer telescope. Nothing guys, it is also one of the telescopes who provided us about the TRAPSIT information. TRAPSIT was the 2019 current affairs questions. Okay, 2019. It's a Earth-sized planets orbiting the star TRAPSIT-1 among other accomplishments. So that study about the TRAPSITs, okay, that study become possible with the help of one of the NASA-based telescope, that is Spitzer Space Telescope. What about the news with the Spitzer telescope? You just listen only. This Spitzer is going to shut down permanently after 16 years. Okay, and it will be retired on 30th June 2020. Of course guys, one day I will be also retired. Some new person will take my places, okay, and it is important guys, the new generation should come. Now I'm actually from the new generation person. The reason is I started to take my class at the age of 18. Okay, when I started to take the classes in Delhi. Name of institution is not good to take it, but I will tell you I taught everywhere. Okay, fine. So at least what about the name and fame institutions? I hope many people even listen me in that places. Okay, if I'll take a name of any institution, though you will say that I'm going to promote an institution. But what about the role of institution? Everybody know. Okay. Now the every institution is become as a source of income and all. Okay. The people, even whenever I seen guys, when the number of students is going to increase, their payment is going to increase. Even it should be vice versa. In the beginning, you have a lot of expenditure and all, the payment, expenditure, rent, salary of people. But when the number increases, guys, the payment should decrease. I am thinking it. Okay, but so it's not going to be in this way. Okay, they are going to old, more old, the payment increases. So I hope you understood. It's a kind of business, right? Okay. So Spitzer that was launched in 2003, and of course, guys, have a many studies of the universe in infrared millimetric wave versions of cameras and all. Okay, that is not required right now. But Spitzer, you remember that was also one of the telescope that help a lot, especially to understand about the knowledge of universe. It is retired right now. Vyomitra, one point. Actually, India's first manned mission to space. Okay, in December 2021, that ISRO will send a Vyomitra, a lady robot, is a kind of unmanned Gaganyaan spacecraft. Okay, very simple guys, that whenever the astronauts will go in the space, so what kind of problem they can face. So ultimately through the help of Vyomitra, we want to do this trial, and Vyomitra is even developed by ISRO guys, especially it is a kind of lady robots. Okay, it is a kind of lady robots. So a mission that have a ISRO have a in the coming future, that Vyomitra will go in December 2021, just a kind of trial, and after it, even before send this Gaganyaan, okay, even before it, okay, we want to send some of the trial missions, and through this trial mission guys, we will try to search it and try to find out many answers, that what type of problem is possible in the space, what type of casualty is possible in the space, what type of disturbance in the space. So after these all studies, we will send the human being in reality. So it is a kind of experimental, the first women astronauts, ISRO based, that ISRO developed. This is here guys. I hope you people very clear. Okay, fine. Many of the trial before this Gaganyaan even is there guys. Even one of the news that ISRO GSLV Mk3 rocket in December 2020 will test. In July 2021, the second unmanned flight will also send. These all will make what? These all experiment will make Gaganyaan successful by 2022. Okay, so I hope you people very clear. Okay. So Vyomitra, just as a knowledge you remember. Cybercrime Coordination Center. Cybercrime Coordination Center was recently inaugurated by the government. Okay, but it was approved in October 2018. Okay, purpose cybercrime, all issues it will try to resolve. It will make a comprehensive and coordinate manner. It will work through comprehensive and coordinated manner regarding all the cybercrime issues and all. Okay, and this cybercrime coordination center, okay, it is created as a cyber and information security division. Okay, under which ministry? Ministry of Home Affairs. So under Ministry of Home Affairs have a cyber information security division, and under cyber information security division have the cyber crime coordination center. Those are working. Okay, there are 7 components of the cyber crime coordination centers, okay, especially in India, and these names are written there. This is Cybercrime Threat Analysis Unit, Cybercrime Reporting Portal, Cybercrime Training Center, Cybercrime Ecosystem Management Unit, Cybercrime Research and Innovation Center, Cybercrime Forensic Laboratory Ecosystem, Joint Cybercrime Investigation Team. So these are the total 7. Okay, nothing more here important. You just remember it under the part of information communication technology. What about purpose? Purpose of this cybercrime center to prevent misuse of cyberspace. You can guess very easily. Suggest the amendment if required in the cyber laws in India. That procedures those India we are adopting, guys, that is not good and safe. So they will give their own recommendations, even amendments. Okay, to coordinate all activities related to implementation of mutual legal assistance treaties with other countries related to cyber crimes. Okay, so with other countries cyber crimes cells, they will do proper coordination and all. And finally they will come on conclusion what should be best for between these two country and with the other country. So in that way, and India is a vulnerable, guys, under the cybercrime. Reason, around 460 million people, 460 million, roughly around 46 crore people now in India started to use of internet connections, and that is the reason the chances of cybercrime is very high in India if we will not make it safe and secure for everyone. Okay, so I hope you can understand this whole information. Blockchain technology. Blockchain technology always popular, guys, and it was in news I think in 2017, around 2016. An issue was the Bitcoin transaction. Issue was Bitcoin transaction. For Bitcoin transaction, this was the problem about the blockchain technology. For Bitcoin transaction, blockchain technology was used. And see, one of the paper published by I don't know what is the name of, even you can get on Google. Sir, recall the name of a person, you know, it's sometime. You know, sometimes you know, some words are not going to recall. Satoshi Nakamoto, sorry, it's recall right now. Satoshi Nakamoto, okay. Who published this paper and all have a lot of myth. That person's not identified, then somebody said there is a group of 3 companies and all. Under this blockchain technology, there is a provisions are everything they were given there, guys. It's a kind of formulation and all that how we can go and generate a bitcoins. Okay, and through data mining we can send a bitcoins and all. And actually for Bitcoin transaction, blockchain technology was used. What about the new information? Blockchain technology, even I will suggest to everyone, better you go and listen one of the Rajya Sabha discussion behind the blockchain technology. Okay, if it will be required, so you mention in the comment box, so I will make some videos on the blockchain also. But this was the technology that was used especially for the transaction of Bitcoin. You know, in 2017 one case was very popular in India, that was a ransomware case. And Bitcoin based question even UPSC also asked in 18. Cryptocurrency, it is related with it at 2018. Okay, actually what about the current affair news with the blockchain? Here the discussion is not static actually, but you know, sometimes the topics are very difficult to describe. Reason, if you don't have a static knowledge. Okay, so actually current affairs regarding the blockchain technology, National Informatics Centers has set up Center for Excellence in Blockchain Technology in Bangalore. which will provide the blockchain as a service and allow stakeholder to benefit from shared learning, experiences and resources for India. So actually guys, when Arun Jaitley was the finance minister, he said that even India will use blockchain very soon, especially in many social development, many financial assistance, many government agencies will connect very easily to the root level of people through the help of this blockchain technology. Ultimately, he said, if blockchain technology will use properly, okay, as earlier it was misused for the Bitcoin transaction in the case of ransomware. If we will use properly, so we can make each and every system so much fair in banking operations and many other facilities. The system will be very fair. Even the cyber attack and everything we can minimize. So this is the reason that they were started to think about the blockchain technology, where we can use and how we can use. This is the reason here under National Informatics Center, a center of excellence of the blockchain technology in Bangalore was set up. So that is about the blockchain. Okay, portal Gati. Okay, Gati, what this portal even launched by Ministry of Road Transport and Highway. Okay, created by National Highway Authority of India. It's nothing guys, this will be help you a lot, especially this portal, that if road construction is going on, yeah, any problem happen in the Indian road construction or all, so you will and even what about the data, if you want about the highways, okay, that every information is available on this portal. Okay, this platform will help you to provide all the information regarding it. So Gati, you remember, that is for the road construction issues, those all the project related issues, road and all, that will connect with the Gati portal. Now we come in defense. In defense, two satellites, missiles and one fighter plane was in news. The one was in K4. K4 missile is a submarine launched ballistic missile. Ballistic missiles are those go in parabolic path, and cruise missiles are those which go horizontal to the surface. So it's what? It's a ballistic nature missile, that is K4. Range is 3500 kilometer, 3500. It's test fire recently. So that is the reason it was in news. And see, that one have a very important feature about circular error probability. Okay, circular error probability means it will make a radius type of activity and then properly it will put to the proper target. It's a technical part, and that technical part I will not discuss with you. Your examiner will never ask you how the circular error probability work. Okay, in this K4, which is much more sophisticated for most of the countries, even the purpose of CP is to provide a more accurate missile in the proper targeting side. Nothing more here required. MiG-27 even replaced from India's Air Force. And that you should remember. And MiG-27 nickname was Bahadur, guys. At the time of Kargil war, India used this fighter plane, those India got from Russia. So it was a news, guys, on September 27 December 2019, that Indian Air Force retired the MiG-27s. Okay, and that India inducted our commission in 1985, and India called it Bahadur because it was a hero's type of activity during the Kargil war it used. And with the help of Russia, okay, Russian companies, our India-based Hindustan Aeronautics Limited developed MiG-27 in India. Okay, it's a ground attack aircrafts, those used by India. Even Kargil war, it got so much respect even in that time. With the name of Bahadur, it got popular in that time. Now we'll go into the discussion of particle physics. Okay, particle physics. What about the contemporary issues with the particle physics? Here the issue came with the LIGO project. LIGO is a laser interferometer gravitational wave observatory. Actually, this observatory when set up for the detection of gravitational waves. Even in 2019, UPSC asked a question from the merging of two black holes. Okay, what type of incidents even happened? And that recently this study has been done, but that study was not recently, it was in 2014. The merging of two black hole based gravitational wave was detected in 2014. So it was not recently, and that paper published in 2015. So finally finalized that two merging of black holes even responsible for the generation of gravitational waves. Okay, it was proved in 2015, but this question came in 2019. Okay, in 2019. So what about the contemporary issues here with the laser interferometer gravitational wave observatory? See, LIGO observatory is the observatory for the detection of gravitational wave. Two places LIGO observatory set up. The one is the Hanford. The one place is Hanford. Where is the Hanford? Hanford is in Washington. Washington. And second is the Livingston. Livingston. Where is the Livingston? This is in Louisiana. And these both two distance are around 3000 kilometer far. Around 3000 something kilometer. Okay, I think 8, yeah, 3 something like 3000 kilometer around. Okay, and third LIGO laboratory that will set up in India. Where? In Hingoli district, Maharashtra. Hingoli district, Maharashtra. But it will set up with the help of US. So LIGO is a laser interferometer gravitational wave observatory, which is the US based observatory even set up for the detection of gravitational wave. Okay, few places still have a gravitational wave observatory like Virgo, which is in Italy. Kakra, Japan, it is in constructive phases. Okay, so similarly many places, and this Hingoli, Maharashtra is what it is projected and all. So actually at international level, what about the news here which is connected with this? You see guys, newly again LIGO Virgo, okay, led by LIGO and Virgo scientists, both scientists. Virgo is in Italy and LIGO at two places. I told you, Hanford, Washington and Livingston, Louisiana. Okay, so these all places where have a observatory for the detection of gravitational wave. They detected a gravitational wave that generated in the space because of merging of collision of two neutron stars. Actually guys, gravitational waves are those features generated in the space. Okay, and through the help of these gravitational wave, we can find out many mysteries about the universe. How universe came, what happened after universe, in this duration of time, when the earth came, how earth came, every studies we can get it. Okay, so gravitational waves, and you know guys, which man firstly informed us about the existence of gravitational wave? It was Einstein in 1915. And that time Einstein has given a general theory of relativity. So Einstein has given a statement that gravitational wave present in the space, okay, present in this our universe, but we have detected in 2014 and published this paper in 2015. Yani it takes total how much year? 100 years after it proved. Okay, and from 2014 till date, if you see guys, around 23 to 24 times gravitational waves are detected. Sometimes those gravitational wave detected generated in the space because of merging a black hole. That was the first time. I remember that was a UPSC prelims question in 2019. Sometime two supernova phases generated the gravitational wave. Sometime two neutron stars even created this type of thing. Here have a two neutron stars. So that was the news. Okay, that was the news. Even in 2017, gravitational wave was detected because of what? Neutron stars collisions. That these are the activities those even going on in the space. So these are the many reasons. But again, I will tell you why this LIGO observatory, Virgo observatory set up. Through the help of these observatories, we will detect very well about what? Existence of gravitational wave. And through gravitational wave, we can detect what happened in the past in this universe and all. Even when the universe formed during Big Bang, and from that day to till date, what happened. So everything will be very clear. So about LIGO India project, I taught you earlier guys that those Hingoli district we are going to set up with America. DAE and Department of Science and Technology, they were working together. So Department of Atomic Energy. Now you come into habitable zone. See guys, habitable zone based question also came in UPSC 2016, I think 15 or 16, and question paper was there about Goldilocks zone. Goldilocks zone, a very simple guys, within a space. Okay, those particular area have a possibility of life, means habitable zone possibility is there. That habitable zone region is called Goldilocks zone. I can give you example. Suppose one of the planet is very hot, second side the next planet is very cold. So definitely in between some of the transitional places will be there where the temperature will be marginal. Even transitional means I am telling you that where the temperature is not very high and even not very low. In that particular region, that particular celestial body will be there, have a maximum chance of life or not. So these all are what? These all are habitable zone or Goldilocks zone. So Goldilocks zone, even what? The ranges of orbital distances from the star at which the liquid water can exist on the surface of the, definitely guys, if not very high temperature, not very low temperature, so water is possible just like our earth. And see, this is what? This is the habitable zone. So habitable zone, those particular region where have a possibility of life, habitable zone is possible. This is the Goldilocks zone, and I have given a clue guys. Okay, so their temperature is moderate. Okay, the pressure and everything is in the favor of the life and all. So this is the reason this is called habitable zone. And today a lot of research they are going on in the space, especially for the detection of habitable zones. Definitely guys, suppose anything happen on the earth, okay, so that least at least some of the reason where people can send the human and save some of the human being. Okay, so Goldilocks zone research even also very popular. Even 2016 UPSC asked this paper, what is Goldilocks zone? So it's a habitable zone in the space. Okay. Now the next topic will come into the discussion of health and disease, and here the topic is the H9N2. Actually guys, H1N1, H5N1, H7N1, in that way you people got it many terms. Some of the specific group of the viruses are detected guys. Actually, what are in the viruses? I'm giving you a background of what about the meaning of H and N. Okay, suppose this is a virus. Suppose this is a virus. This is a bacteriophage actually. Okay, the outer portion is made up by protein. This is protein, and inside have a nucleic acid. Inside have nucleic acid. Which nucleic acid in the virus? Either DNA or RNA. This is a nucleic acid. Those are present in viruses. Suppose. Okay, everybody, fine. Actually, viruses surface those have a protein. Okay, I'm telling you this is a bacteriophage, a specific type of virus. Even different types of viruses like coronavirus is also one of the specific group of the virus. Okay, they have a surface protein, and that surface protein is start from H alphabet, hemagglutinin, and start from N, neuraminidase. So these are the proteins, and H protein, hemagglutinin, is of many types, H1 to H15, and N is the N1 to N9, 9 types. And these various combination of the surface protein, those are present in the viruses, they even become as a different strain of virus. Strain of virus means different form of virus. Okay, and here one of the form of virus H9N2, those were detected in India. So the name behind H9N2 is what? There is a specific protein coating, those are present on the surface coating of the viruses. They are as a H9 and N2. So H and N here different types of protein, and then they make a specific virus strain here. Okay, virus strain here means a specific form of virus, and different strain of virus, they are pathogenic in different animals. H9N2 is a kind of influenza virus, I'm telling you. Okay, it's a kind of influenza virus. Influenza means respiratory viruses. Okay, country's first case of infection with the rare variant of virus H9N2 causes a avian influenza. Avian means bird flu type. Okay, and its subtype is a influenza A virus. Water is not required, well as a bird flu, and found worldwide in the wild birds. Okay, these viruses are detected, especially with the poultry industries. The people, even those people will come under the exposure of birds, they can suffer with this type of disease. Rare disease, actually rare disease even also reported by US, and even ICMR have also given some report on the rare diseases. Union Ministry of Health and Family Welfare published a national policy for the treatment of 450 rare diseases. Okay, and the rare diseases type of policy even brought in 2017. For that purposes have some committee and even set up, not policy, what type of policy India should bring for the rare diseases policy in 2007, and appoint a committee in 2018 to review it all. Okay, fine. Actually, according to ICMR, okay, ICMR registered rare diseases overall, the listing of rare diseases entirely the name are here. Now the question is, what are the rare diseases? And see, rare diseases treatment still allow under government scheme. What type of scheme? Rashtriya Arogya Nidhi scheme, Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana, even up to 15 lakh rupees assistance. Okay, these policy will provide you if you will suffer with the rare disease. Now question is, what about the rare disease? That listing and all that is given there. Actually, the what is a rare disease? It is mentioned here in this yellow bold points. Rare diseases are characterized by the wide diversity of symptoms. Okay, even signs that vary not only from disease to disease, but also from patient to patient suffering from the same diseases. So actually a single symptom is not there. Okay, multiple symptoms are possible, not only specify symptom. So this is the reason, this is that disease which is not sure which type of disease this person is suffering, and this is the reason a person is going to treat by misguided. Okay, the treatment those are going to be happen, some other medicine the person is going to consume. So this type of diseases are called rare diseases. Symptoms something different, treatment something different. And even those symptoms is going to be happen by the same viruses or same problem, different type of symptoms. So ultimately, yeah, maybe other type of viruses symptom even created by these viruses. So even doctor confused. And this is the type of diseases are called as a rare diseases. Symptomology not clear. And this is the reason, guys, misdiagnosis. Misdiagnosis is the main problems. And even the list of diseases are mentioned there, which are under the category of rare diseases. Even some of the name I would love to read out here, like lysosomal storage disorder, such as the POM diseases, Hirschsprung diseases, Gaucher's diseases, cystic fibrosis, hemangiomas, okay, certain form of muscular dystrophies. So these are the many examples here. Okay, those mentioned there, guys. Okay, nothing more here even important. You remember, this is enough. Coronavirus. See, guys, coronavirus, I will not describe a single statement about coronavirus. Coronavirus made videos. It's just a 3-4 just a 1-page material. Okay, about coronavirus, I will suggest to everyone, you go on Purvanchal IS, that same platform you are following, and two videos I made for your examination, first and second. Okay, the black color background is there and I'm in the standing position there. Okay, that both two video you listen there, guys. Coronavirus family I taught it there, the MERS, SARS, and those corona COVID-19 that you know very well, that I discuss. And many epidemiology I discuss with you about many terminology. What type of term used for the diseases? It's epidemic means what? Endemic means what? I also discuss it. And what about the 1, 2, 3, 4 stages of coronaviruses? Okay, I also explain there, guys. So two videos, very small videos, around 20-30 minutes videos. Don't miss to listen it. So here I will not read out anything because I made a special video especially for your examination. It is there. Now we'll come into Pulse Polio program. See, guys, January 18 marked. Okay, January 18 marked the beginning of the years as a Pulse Polio program. Okay, who brought? Union Health Ministry launched this campaign in this year, and who brought at the international level? So definitely, guys, WHO is working there, and WHO described this poliomyelitis as a highly infectious viral diseases, but mostly affecting to the young children. And what happened in this case, I will tell you, guys. It spread mainly through the fecal oral route. The contaminations, fecal oral routes, it go there inside the body, guys. Okay, it is entered through contaminated water and multiplies into the intestine, into the body of even kids, guys. These viruses will multiply because you people are the living host for the viruses. So viruses will give the living foods and the viruses will multiply. So this is a feature of viruses. Okay, and even they invade into the nervous system, and at severe cases they create the paralysis. So paralysis type of symptoms is what in the case of poliomyelitis. But I will tell you, guys, it is 100% curable. It is 100% curable. Only problem is what if there is no cure. Okay, there is no cure for polio. It can only be prevented by immunization. I just said 100% treatable. Why? If earlier you will take a proper precaution and vaccine and all. In that way, I am telling you, it is not that when you suffer with the polio, it creates suffering. Now you can treat it. No, impossible. So this is the statement I'm telling you. Before having a polio, better even government provide this polio vaccines time to time to everyone. And in that, the 0 to 5 years of the age of the children are covering here in this. WHO, but India even free from the polio viruses, I will tell you. But when these viruses will still present in the world, okay, India will always have attention. Suppose some foreign viruses will come to India, the people, the growing kids again suffer in this type of diseases. This is the reason, guys. Okay. Time to time in India, even India is free from polio virus, but still vaccination is required, and even the new kids also are taking the polio vaccines time to time. Okay, sometime the government start the polio programs, so that is important. But India become free from polio, you remember it. Other countries not free, and other countries people are coming to India. That's why in India polio vaccine is important. Okay, WHO on February 24, 2012. February 24, 2012 remove India from the list of countries with active endemic wild polio virus transmission. Everybody clear. Okay, 2 years later from entire Southeast Asia region of WHO, free India. Okay, free from the polios and all. See, for the treatment of polio, guys, there are two types of vaccine even used. The one is the oral polio vaccination. And the second, so one is the IPV and second is the OPV. Oral polio vaccine, oral drops. Injectable polio viruses, vaccines that will inject inside the body. In the case of oral polio vaccine, what happened? There are few doses, the 1 dose, 2 dose, booster dose. In that way, you know what happened in the case of oral polio viruses. In the case of oral polio viruses, some attenuated viruses will enter inside your body. Attenuated means weak virus. Some weak virus enter inside your body. Yes. And through the help of these weak viruses, your body try to immune themselves. Okay, and body have a immunity. Every kids have immunity. So in the beginning, small level of viruses inject inside the body through that vaccine. And then the kids will have a immunity protein in their own blood. And then next time some more improved nature of viruses will enter. So actually through slowly and gradually your body, inside your body, we will generate immunity proteins. This is the OPV system. And here the regular interval is required. But injectable polio viruses is what? Injectable polio viruses directly are dead viruses based vaccines even developed there, and that even once it is injected, so now throughout the life you are safe. Oral polio vaccine saves the life 90% to 100%, and IPV 100%. Okay, so both are fine, but IPV is costly. Some of the state in India even started the IPV facility, but not every state. Rest of all, they are following OPV. Even I will suggest you, if you are rich, you have a money, so you should go for injectable polio viruses vaccine. That is much more safe for everyone. OPV is still safe, but IPV is more safer if you can pay. It's not very costly even. It's bearable for everyone. Okay, if you are from middle class family. But for the children cases, guys, the poor section of people even also go for this 4,000, 5,000 is not too much. Okay. For it is a matter of a life of kids. So in that way you will what is the vaccine derived polio viruses and all I discuss with you. IPV is better for everyone. Don't go on that discussion of vaccines. Hemorrhagic septicemia, actually some of the case identified in India, that is a disease. Even those suffer with some cattle even suffered in India. That was a hemorrhagic septicemia. It's a kind of bacterial diseases. Through contaminated clothing, equipment, through injection, inhalation of bacteria, it transmits from cattle to cattle. Okay, but no cases identifying cattle to human being. Okay, and that was the case even identified in certain regions in Odisha, Kendrapara. Okay, that place is Gardarpur block of Odisha's Kendrapara. Okay, I never visited there, but the location here where this disease was identified, hemorrhagic septicemia. Swishing tails, reduced cutting, undigested food in the feces, reduce the milk, this type of symptoms that happen there. But in the severe cases, the buffaloes can die. Cattle suffer it, and 40 buffaloes were died in 4 days because of this type of diseases. In the local areas, that even popular with the name of Sahana disease, but technically it is a hemorrhagic septicemia. Okay, so that was the news. Now we come into Asia Pacific Drosophila Research Conference. See, this is the research conference, 5th time, those held in India. Asia Pacific Drosophila Research Center, where it held in Pune actually. Actually, Drosophila is that fly which is very, very important for genetic research. Many genetic research even happen on this Drosophila. So this is the reason Drosophila based conference organized, and the 5th time it was in India actually. Which place it organized? It is in Pune, and the 5th edition was Asia Pacific Drosophila Research Conference here, guys. And it was organized in the country first time by Indian Institute of Science, Education and Research. First time worldwide Taipei, second time Seoul, third time Beijing, fourth time Osaka, and 5th time in Pune in India it performed. Okay, and one thing more, guys, it's a biennial events. Okay, biennial events. Purpose, promote this Drosophila research in Asia Pacific region. So this is the reason these countries where the conference even organized, those are in Asia Pacific regions. One more information about Hyperloop train. Hyperloop train even many times in the news, guys. Even I also discussed with you earlier about Hyperloop train. Hyperloop train that has a plan between Pune to Mumbai. But the first Hyperloop train I told you, that was in Times of India News in 2017 between Amaravati to Vijayawada. Amaravati to Vijayawada. Okay. Hyperloop train will go carry this distance of Pune to Mumbai around 20 to 25 minutes, and this journey totally take around 2.5 to 3 hours. So that journey will complete in 20 to 25 minutes. This was the target here. Okay, fine. Next. Um, Actually, guys, Hyperloop train was the project of Elon Musk. You know the Tesla founder Elon Musk, SpaceX, the CEO of SpaceX, Elon Musk. Elon Musk said that I will run a Hyperloop train between San Francisco to some reason I don't know what is this, but in 1 month of discussion of current affairs I taught you guys. Okay, San Francisco to Los Angeles, Los Angeles to San Francisco, that was the first one. But today have some issues into the development of it, this Hyperloop train in that particular region. Local reasons are there. The finance, even that money was required, that is 4 times this time. Land acquisition have a problem. So that type of issues there that is facing bit for the first Hyperloop train. But it was the news for India. Here the train will be totally go within a tube. I discussed with you, it is a totally a vacuum tube, and the lower portion have a magnetic levitation technology where the train will float. It's in frictionless condition. In friction, there is no frictionless condition. In vacuum, inside the tube ya pod, okay, a train will go. And see the train that will go there, guys, that speed will be around 1000 km per hour to 1200 km per hour. And it can touch the speed of sound, means sonic, supersonic. So this type of speed is possible if it will go more than 1200 km per hour. So it is totally best for the coming future, and that is the news about installation of this train. Okay, even actually Hyperloop I discussed earlier, so here I just to skip it. Yeah, black box in airplanes, black box in aeroplane, you should know it, guys. Actually on 8 January a passenger plane bound for Ukraine exploded and it slammed into a field in Iran. Okay, just minutes after takeoff, killing at least 176 people on board. You know, some Iranian missiles, okay, especially in the reaction of US, okay, they send it, and by chance one of the missile even strike to aeroplanes, and that aeroplane was Ukraine aeroplane. So that was the news in that time. So Ukrainian even try to find out the black box of that plane and try to find out about the real reason, what about the reason behind this explosion. Okay, and finally this the Ukraine based flight even crashed, but that was opposed by this Iranian people. Okay, so that was the news, and here the question even that I brought it for you guys, black boxes purposes. Actually black boxes have a flight data recorder. Okay, and black boxes have a cockpit voice recorder. Flight data recorder means at which height flight was moving, what was the temperature inside the flight, what was the temperature outside this flight. Okay, everything about the flight features they inform. And cockpit voice recorder is there, guys, inside the plane. That too are the part of the black boxes. They do the recording of the voice and every activity, those even going on inside the aeroplanes. Actually they will try to find out the conditions, what happened at the last moment. Okay, through the help of this voice, even the people going to create the sounds or something, discussion or all. So that for that purposes, okay, it is these both two instruments are equipped under the black boxes. And see, guys, it is totally covered by titanium type of materials. The black box itself is made up by titanium, and the boxes where the black box inside the material content are safe. Okay, these instruments are safe. That box are also made up by titanium. So titanium made instrument and titanium made box. The reason titanium is very safe, even if the plane will crash very fast, okay, on the ground, still the titanium made box and material will safe. Even when the even one thing, guys, even this, if suppose plane will go into the oceans, in this ocean have even this black box also contain underwater locator beacons, and for 30 days from this underwater locator beacons, signals released, and that signals nearby 2 to 3 kilometer distance based person can sense through their own instruments, and finally they will identify where in the oceans this type of casualty happen. So finally this type of black box is even required, and for that black boxes purposes Ukraine demand to go in that particular regions, but Iran refused it. And see the black boxes, white is the black boxes, even this color is the orange, red, some other color. Reason the inner coating of the boxes are black. So somebody said maybe because of inner coating of boxes are black, but the box from outer side, outer look, it is the orange or red color. You remember it, guys. One more news, guys, about the virtual human neons. Okay, virtual human neons. Virtual human neons is a creature by Samsung company. Okay, that Samsung company even develop. It's the first project of Samsung Star Lab Neons. World's first artificial humans. Okay, world's first artificial human. Simply you can say as a computationally created virtual humans. Computationally created, all computer programming and everything is here. So computationally created virtual humans, and it can show emotions also. Even it can show emotions, learning skill, creating memories, fully autonomous being as an intelligent on their own. Okay, even which type of technology is introduced here? Okay, don't think so it is Sophia. Okay, that has a difference between Sophia and it. Sophia is working through internet, but it is not working through internet. You should be very clear. Okay, they have a core R3 technology, those they are using, and Spectra is the next stage that even working there. Through the help of Spectra, this have a intelligence, learning, emotion, and memories. So these are the some software and technology that is equipped under neons. Okay, and how these neons will be useful and all, it is written there, guys. Neons might be interfaced for the technologies and services in the coming future, like in the banking sector, welcome to a person in a restaurants. Okay, even it can read out the breaking news after interval of time. If you said this neon will do their own reading of the newses after every interval of 1 hour or 30, it will come automatically and deliver their own newses and all. In that way it will work. Okay, fine. What about Padma Award? Padma Award I will discuss you here, guys. That is the highest civilian award of a country. Number one highest civilian award, I hope you know, that is a Bharat Ratna. Okay, and then Padma Award. The first Padma Award, the second highest civilian award is the Padma Vibhushan. Third one is the Padma Bhushan, and fourth one is the Padma Shri. Even one of the state pieces examination I have seen, which is the third highest civilian award of India. The first highest civilian award, Bharat Ratna. Second highest civilian award, Padma Vibhushan. Third highest civilian award, Padma Bhushan. Fourth highest civilian award, that is a Padma Shri. Everybody clear? These four. Fine. So third one highest is Padma Bhushan. Actually, see, guys, this is the award that instituted in 1954. Given in many disciplines. Okay, and here in the recording of science and technology I am discussing you. So this award also provide for science and technology research and development purposes. Okay, this is here, but many dimensions what will come: art, social work, public affairs, yes, science and engineering, trade and industry, medicine, literature, education, sports, civil service, etc. in every sectors. Okay, and one thing more, guys, this awards announced every year on Republic Day. Republic Day in India. So this is the entire videos and all, and I will request to everyone in the last, this video will be useful for everyone if you are listening from July onwards. Okay, PDF, every PDF is uploaded on the Telegram group, so directly go and download and read out it. Okay, and again I will tell you guys, here I have not spoken the same concept again and again, those I discussed earlier. So I skip here, but it was in the news, so again I brought it and just to brush up it. Okay, that was in news, that was in news, that was in. So 3-4 times when you listen now, so you will also realize, yes, many times it was in the newspapers. Okay, so of course there is a chances to have this question in your examination. Okay, everybody, fine. So at last that I will inform you guys very soon, this Purvanchal is going to start very sustainable entire UPSC course, around 15,000 rupees to 20,000. Okay, very entire UPSC courses, guys, very soon, with all materials that we will courier for everyone. Okay, so around 15,000 to 20,000 for entire UPSC courses, around 1,000 hours, 800 to 1,000 hours courses that will provide in the classroom programs in Hindi and English medium both. It will be available and we will provide you, okay, the entire courses for everyone. Even a part of this, many state PCS courses we will also going to launch: UP PCS, MP PCS, RAS, and many other state PCS, guys. Okay, hardly at very nominal prices, 10 to 12,000 rupees. And again I repeat, same content material will also be delivered from institutions, and that content and material that I compiled with my entire team, and quality wise it is the best right now. Those are available in market. Okay, and it is better than other books, even those are also available. So a lot of R&D even happen with this materials content, and this content will provide you freely with this entire video lectures that we are going to launch it soon, and that video classes will launch from May onwards. So some courses will start from May, some June, and some July. So at least from July onwards, the entire courses will be available at 10,000 to 20,000 is a complete fee structure. But those you will take it, guys, courses, the entire material will also be couriered to you on your address. And a part of this, if you want only correspondence material and courses, yeah, all books and all that we publish through Purvanchal IAS. Okay, so you can take it. The McGraw-Hill book, public book, even we also published with the name of Dr. Ravi Aggarwal, Science Tech Environment. Both are coming right now. Environment book is also coming right now. Earlier I published my book with the Purvanchal IAS, but the same book right now it's being taken by McGraw-Hill. So now McGraw-Hill will publish the environment also. The environment and science and tech, that will also deliver through this. Okay, these two books will also be merged with this all content materials. Okay, because these two are in the very important book, those I have written for the McGraw-Hill. So whenever I'll send you the materials, okay, if it will be reliable for your examinations material, okay, it is required a book, so we will also send you. And for face-to-face classes, is very economical, nominal fees. Okay, 1/3 of Delhi based institutions fees will going to take it, and all Delhi based teachers taking your classes. I'm also there, guys, as a director there. I'm available. So if you want, you are interested for face-to-face classes, so you can come and join us. And in this period of time, as a corona and this type of problems, I will not advise to anyone you go outside from your place where you stay there, guys. So if you are in Gorakhpur and nearby area, so don't go anywhere. We all people are coming there at your doorstep, so you can join us. Regarding this new batches and all, you can contact on the given numbers. Okay, and stay tuned with us, guys. This is the entire website and mail ID. Okay, material, notes, content, whatever you want, you can connect it. One thing more in the last that I will tell you, these are the Facebook page of Purvanchal IAS. YouTube, you already even connected with this. And one more I will tell you guys about Telegram of Purvanchal IAS. You connected with us, and material, content, notes, newspapers, everything I will upload there. So ultimately no need to send it personally to anyone. You already can download there. So thank you everybody, and have a good day everyone, and kindly update me all the information if any kind of problem you have. Okay, yeah, any information regarding your preparation is required. Very soon I will provide you my personal number, so you can connect with me. Okay, so thank you everybody, have a good day, and give me your feedback, please. Okay, give me feedback, so that is very, very important, and through that I will try to improve me and my entire groups. And something more, we'll try to do it. Okay, many of the toppers even also visited time to time. I call to meet with the many students from this Gorakhpur and nearby areas. So ultimately you can find opportunity through this platform to meet toppers time to time. Even Anu Kumari, the rank 2, Sachin, they already go there. Pulkit Garg, rank 27, Siddharth, rank 13, rank 2, rank 3. Many of the students, even Rishabh was 58 rank. He's also there, guys. Even Pooja, Priyanka, many of my students to whom I taught and clear this UPSC exam and all, I call them and they personally meet you guys, and they properly inform you that what about the strategy and everything they even followed. Even it will also help you. So okay guys, give me your feedback. It's very, very important, and I'm working for you, don't worry, and I'm always with you. Have a good day. Bye. Take care.